So Kash Patel, to put it bluntly, is cooked, y'all. Homie is cooked because everybody hates him. Everybody hates him. He has no natural allies anymore. Everybody's turned on him. Of course, Democrats and liberals and leftists despise the guy. But now people within MAGA world and among the Republican rank and file are going, this motherfucker doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he is totally clueless. He's in no position to be running the FBI. By the way, what was he known for before Trump picked him to be the head of the FBI? He wrote a children's book that was about how Trump should be a king and, like, Hillary was evil or something like that. It's a children's book where Trump is the king and everybody, like, swears fealty to him. He also was hawking bullshit supplements that were pills that reversed the COVID vaccine. I wish I was kidding. Like, the scam artists are so absurd. And Trump picks the worst of them and makes them the head of the fucking FBI. And then you have Dan Bongino, who was a fucking podcaster, and now he's like number 2 in command over there. I mean, it's a horror show. It's a horror show. So let me walk you through this because this is actually fascinating. So Mediaite says, Kash Patel gets absolutely smoked in shocking report for GOP-led committees. Quote, it's all fucked up. 24 active veteran FBI agents detailed what they see as the many failings of FBI Director Kash Patel in a devastating 115-page report that is meant to be presented before the GOP-led House and Senate Judiciary Committee. Let me just pause to point out the fact that they were able to find 24 active veteran FBI agents to put their fucking name to paper to go, this motherfucker's a mess. That is wild. He's got to be so incompetent to make these people do this. That's what you need to understand, is that they're going 5-alarm fire. This guy's got to go. The New York Post Miranda Devine, a reliable Trump backer, obtained a leaked copy of the report, which he published on Monday. The report included the agents calling the FBI a rudderless ship and, quote, all fucked up under Patel's leadership, among several embarrassing anecdotes agents used to illustrate Patel's poor leadership. One of the agents interviewed for the report called Patel very personable and likable, but argued that the Trump appointee created a culture of mistrust and uncertainty among the ranks. Patel began his tenure at the FBI purging many top officials, including the highly respected then acting director of the FBI, Brian Driscoll. Patel also fired senior veteran FBI special agent Walter Giardina shortly after Giardina's wife died of cancer. Devine also explained that Patel's actions after the murder of MAGA influencer Charlie Kirk also undermined faith in his leadership. This is what a dumbass does, right? Like, what a smart person does is if they're put in this position where they're kind of uncomfortable, they're kind of unsure of exactly what the right moves are because he's just totally new to the FBI, what you do is you learn the ropes. You learn, the mechanics of it. You dot the I's and cross the T's. You get all the specifics. You get all the details. You learn, hey, who are the workhorses? Who are the show horses? Who are the ones that are absolutely necessary to keep this thing functioning? Who are the ones who aren't, right? And they just went in there like some fucking cowboys, and they're, okay, you're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired. And it's like, okay, but what if you're getting rid of the top talent that actually was really good at these particular positions, right? They fired the person who was the FBI director for the particular region, like where Charlie Kirk got killed, like just before he got killed. And then, the person who knew all the details and the ins and outs of how to run that office, that person was gone. And so they were caught with their fucking pants down when that happened. Here is what Devine explained about Patel's actions here. Quote, some of the heavy criticism stems from Patel's behavior in Salt Lake City after the Charlie Kirk assassination. He is accused of giving premature public remarks that potentially jeopardized the investigation, taking credit for the work of other agencies when the suspect was arrested, and for yelling and swearing at the agent in charge. Both he and Dan Bongino were criticized for arrogance and an unfortunate obsession with social media. One source said they need to stop talking, stop posing, and just be professional. Another said they are spending too much time on social media and public relations and are too often concerned with building their own personal resumes. That is fucking crazy, bro. So everything we thought about them is being validated here by people internally. Like, man, these people cannot stop looking at right-wing Twitter. They're trying to, like, appease a mob on Twitter of people who are, like, in their nominal friend group online, like they're fucking teenage girls or something like that. Like, it's so wild. So wild. Yelling at the agents. Like, these are grown-ass men. I like when Patel, what was the reporting that Patel, when the Charlie Kirk assassination happened, he like called a meeting with a bunch of the FBI people, and he goes, "No more Mickey Mouse shit around here. We're gonna do it right this time." Like, what do you think? You're in a movie? Like, no more Mickey Mouse stuff. Like, what is that? What is that? What are you doing? You're a grown man. They're grown men. They're career professionals. You don't have to do this fucking, like, bullshit movie nonsense. The other thing is, I remember at the time, he was giving every single conspiracy theory online credence. Like, you're the head of the FBI. And he was out there like, we're looking at all the videos from all the different angles, and we're looking at the idea that maybe it wasn't this Tyler or whatever his name was who did the shooting. He was like, there'd be 17 new conspiracies. And look, to be fair, I covered the shit out of them because number one, I found them incredibly interesting. Number two, the official story does not make any sense whatsoever, as everybody knows, right? I mean, that's obvious at this point. That definitely wasn't a 30-6 round. Everybody knows all this, right? But that's my job, though. I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do. I can do that. You're the head of the FBI. You can't get out there. Well, we saw a new video today from Based Franco 6767, and he said, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Again, you're the head of the FBI, homie. You're the head of the FBI. Remember when? Oh, what was it? What happened the other day? Okay, it was the National Guard shooting, and Kash Patel goes out there in a press conference and he goes, "We're gonna hunt down this person. We're gonna find them. We're gonna arrest them." And everybody was like, "Hey, idiot. He's already arrested. They already have him in custody." Then you also had the shooting of the ICE detainees. I think that was in Texas. Was that in Texas? I don't remember where that one was. And you had written on the bullets, anti-ICE. It said anti-ICE, and they were like, "See, this is left-wing violence." Meanwhile, again, they shot the detainees. They didn't shoot the ICE agents. It turns out it was like some libertarian right-wing guy who was like nihilistic, and he wanted to do something and blame it on the left. So he wrote anti-ICE, which is just like to buy that at face value. Like, oh yeah, this is a lefty. Like, no lefty would just write anti-ICE and be like, fuck ICE or something like that. I can't. All right, let's continue. The report detailed a shocking moment in Utah the day after Charlie Kirk's assassination, in which Patel refused to get off the FBI plane in Provo without an official FBI raid jacket, according to a highly respected source. Patel did not have his own FBI raid jacket with him and refused to step from the plane without wearing one, read the report. Oh my God. FBI special agents at the Salt Lake City field office, busy working on the Kirk case, had to stop and ask around to find an FBI raid jacket, a medium-sized one that would fit. When a jacket belonging to a female agent was delivered to Patel on the plane, he complained that 2 areas on the upper sleeves did not have Velcro patches attached. What a joke. Patel would not leave the plane until he had 2 patches to cover those areas, so members of an FBI SWAT team took 2 patches off their uniforms and ran those patches over to Patel. At the airport, the patches were then attached to the loaner FBI raid jacket, and Patel disembarked from the plane. Oh my God. The report also detailed how Patel called and berated Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles, who was in charge of the Kirk investigation, with an expletive-laden tirade over perceived blunders. Deputy Director Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service agent, later called Bowles and apologized for Patel insulting him, saying that never should have happened. A source in the report dubbed Alpha 99 added that Patel did a disservice to the FBI by breaking with Bureau tradition and norms by taking credit for the good work by other agencies on the Kirk investigation, and that Patel appeared to claim killer would not have been found, the killer, I think that's supposed to say, would not have been found without his direct involvement. The brutal report comes just days after MS Now reported that President Donald Trump is weighing whether or not to fire Patel amid a bevy of negative press coverage, including a scandal over his use of a private government jet to visit his singer girlfriend. The White House quickly denied the report. Divine's rough treatment of Patel in the Post is certain to reach Trump's attention, as Trump is a regular promoter of Divine's work on social media. Yeah, bro, homie might be cooked. This might be the thing. This might be the straw that broke the camel's back, where now it gives Trump the cover that he wants. Because they had denied before, oh no, we don't want him fired. There was reporting that they were going to fire him. Then the White House goes, oh no, we don't want him fired. We don't know what you're talking about. But now with this coming out, they could go, well, we didn't want him fired, but, what are you going to do? Trump doesn't like it. When somebody becomes a bigger headache for him than he wants, it's a wrap. You're done. It's over. And this guy is just he's just a prima donna, right? Like, he's just a spoiled little, pampered little prick who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Everybody hates him at the Bureau. Like, yeah, he's going to be gonzo. And by the way, he should be. like rank incompetence is what I think of when I think of Kash Patel. Like even if they didn't have all the embarrassing blunders that they did have in the Charlie Kirk case, I'd still be concerned because it's Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. What the fuck do they know about this stuff? They don't know anything about this stuff. I'm sorry. I actually believe that they don't know the first fucking thing about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson is his name. It just came to me. I don't even know if that guy's the shooter. I genuinely don't even know if that guy's the shooter because I can't trust a fucking thing coming from these idiots. Like I said, he was selling scam supplement pills that reversed the COVID vaccine. He was writing a children's book about Trump being a king and that being awesome. And I'm supposed to trust this guy with the highest level investigations in the country? Like, what kind of a sick fucking joke is this? Of course I don't. And nobody should. So, man, I hope he gets the boot. It'd be hilarious. But look, he knows where he wants to go. He knows he wants to go back to media, right? Dan Bongino knows he wants to go back to media too. Like, go do your thing, y'all. Go do your thing. And by the way, I can't believe I haven't even mentioned this up until this point too. But one of the main reasons why he even lost the MAGA base, and Bongino too, is because Patel and Bongino are helping with the cover-up of the Epstein files now. These are two guys who were so vocal about the Epstein files, and then now they're in power. And, you know, Kash Patel was on Joe Rogan's show doing a fucking, like, tap dance, trying to get around, doing mental gymnastics, trying to get out of the obvious fact that he has the responsibility now to release the Epstein files, and he can't do it because Trump won't let him. And so he's protecting Trump, who was part of an elite Fredophile cabal, and everybody knows it. You're working for the deep state. You're working for the swamp. You're working for the elite Fredophile cabal ringleader, and you know it, which is why you're ashamed, which is why, you know, the base turned on you, and they should have fucking turned on you. They are right to turn on you, and now you're desperately trying to get back in good standing while failing at your job miserably. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.